roar inside the Alamodome felt alive, a pulsing heartbeat of Mexican and Puerto Rican pride locked in the same arena. Leo Santa Cruz entered with the confidence of an undefeated world champion, a relentless engine in human form, silver and black gloves glistening beneath the lights. Across from him, Cesar Seda wore the colours of Puerto Rico like armour, a skilled southpaw whose sharp counters promised danger with every step. This wasn't merely a title defence. It was a continuation of a historic rivalry between two boxing nations, where every punch carries culture, history, and legacy. When the referee's final instructions echoed, calm like the quiet before a storm, the anticipation thickened. Then the bell rang for round one, and Santa Cruz immediately pressed forward, flicking jabs and digging to the body. Seda responded with crisp left hands, his timing sharp, forcing the champion to think before charging inside. The early rounds were painted with rapid exchanges, both fighters willing to stand close enough to smell each other's desperation. Santa Cruz's pressure was constant, a wave that refused to recede. Yet Seda's counters snapped back like lightning in a dark sky. Neither fighter wanted to give ground. The pocket became their battleground, and the audience felt tension brewing with every thudding body shot and head-snapping counter. As the rounds unfolded, Santa Cruz increased the pace that few fighters in the division could match. His gloves worked like pistons, punching in combinations that rarely stopped once they began. Seda, tactical and composed, refused to be overwhelmed, responding with sharp boxing intellect. He tried to turn Santa Cruz, stepping around the pressure, landing straight lefts that broke through the guard and reminded fans that a challenger can become champion in just a single breath. Still, Santa Cruz continued to stalk, hands tight in his peekaboo shell, before exploding with hooks and uppercuts, aimed at draining the Puerto Rican's legs. By round 3 and 4, punches sounded heavier, breaths harsher, and the fight's tempo no longer felt like a warm-up. Fans could see both men digging into reserves of grit. Santa Cruz found openings upstairs when Seda lingered too long in the line of fire. Seda countered skillfully, but absorbed more damage each time exchanges extended. When a controversial knockdown came in the 5th, the referee's ruling sent energy surging through the arena. Whether slip or punch, the result meant points lost and urgency gained. Seda had to fight even harder now. He tightened his defense, returned fire to the body, and gritted his teeth as Santa Cruz marched forward like a force of nature. By the middle rounds, the bout evolved into a test of identity. Santa Cruz, fueled by his trademark volume, kept punching as if silence was unacceptable. Seda answered with stubborn courage, landing his best combinations as Santa Cruz walked into the line of fire without pause. The crowd, divided in flag and heritage, united in excitement. Every exchange pulled them to their feet. Santa Cruz worked in layers. Jab, hook to the ribs, uppercut to split the guard. Another jab to reset, then repeat with malicious discipline. Seda tried lateral movement, but found himself trapped against the ropes often, where the champion excelled. Still, he didn't fold, firing back shots that landed flush and kept the fight compelling. Round by round, both chests heaved harder. Bodies shone with sweat under unforgiving lights, and faces began to show bruised evidence of war. Even when Santa Cruz dominated a stretch, Seda would rally and scream defiance with his fists. Their rivalry was becoming personal, in real time. Punches thrown with the type of conviction that words could never fully express. The 7th and 8th rounds saw Santa Cruz intensify the pressure, while Seda responded by digging to the liver and returning fire upstairs. Their wills collided in every second. Raz the fight Santa Cruz, recognizing vulnerability, boxed with both patience and venom, picking off openings with surgical aim. The 11th featured brutal body exchanges, lever thudding into torso walls that had already endured punishment, far beyond comfort. Even then, Seda didn't retreat, stepping into danger to earn every ounce of respect. Santa Cruz's accuracy sharpened as the challenger's counters lost a touch of snap. Still, both men stared through exhaustion with defiance rather than surrender. The 12th and final round arrived like a final testament to their spirits. The crowd rose, applauding warriors who had spilled everything but their shield. Seda marched forward, absorbing and delivering in equal measure, determined to leave the ring without his courage questioned. Santa Cruz kept punching in relentless rhythm, a champion finishing strong to erase any potential doubt. They traded in the center of the ring, a final storm of fists that told the story better than any words ever could. When the bell rang, both men embraced a fatigue only earned through battle. The scores reflected dominance, yet not disrespect a unanimous decision for Leo Santa Cruz. The undefeated champion raised his arms, his reign intact, his legend rising further. Cesar Seda lowered his, but his head stayed high, having proven his heart belonged among the world's best. One left with the belt, the other with honor, both leaving the ring changed. Another unforgettable chapter added to the timeless boxing rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico, where legacy is measured not only by victory, but by valor. If you want, I can also create.